forces are under attack.
Should you become a nuisance, I'll kill you myself.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remaster. Today it's going to be Rock and JAEDONG. Here on Revolver, it's another RJB TV replay. Check him out on YouTube. Top right, it's going to be a JAEDONG, our Teal Zerg player. And in the bottom right, it's going to be a Rock, our White Protoss player. Again, here on Revolver. Kind of a weird map. You got these weird quadrants, right? Just a wide open quadrant in the middle of the map, separated by high ground with a plus sign. So, yeah, it's a 4-player map. We got ourselves nice expansions you can go to. There are no high ground expansions with a narrow ramp, and there are basically multiple ways to get into each expansion. So, we will see if walling off here is going to be an answer here for Protoss, for Ling run-bys. Yeah, we'll get it off there. Okay, so on a 4-player map, Tear the Overlords count in the correct direction here. And it looks like it's going to be a Forge Expand out of Rock. I really don't think he has any hopes of correctly, well, he has some hope of correctly guessing where JAEDONG is, but I think he's going to play it safe. Oh, the man does throw down the gateway instead. Well, goodness, I was wrong about that. So this is Rock. He's been around forever, guys. He's been around since like 2003, 2004. Says on Wikipedia, he was the first pro gamer to beat JAEDONG in a best-of-5 match, beating him 3-1 in the 2007 OGN Star Challenge tournament. And he still leads JAEDONG in the head-to-head record with a record of 3-2 as the hatch goes down first here. For JAEDONG, Rock's ID is a reference to the wrestler and actor Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Some of his ceremonies resemble his role model style. So yeah, we like this guy. He's very fun. We like Rock quite a bit. So going for the pool. What does he know? What does he know? Nothing. He's just going pool before gas, just on the off chance that it is going to be Robert the Zealot coming out. And it is. He scouts the gate. He sees no early nexus. He says, all right, we want some Lings out early because guess what? I got scouted fast. He got scouted fast. That implies aggression here. Overlord tries to see if there's any other information he can get. I mean, just kind of moving away in case, I guess, a Cybercore comes out. Dragoons start getting built, but no. It looks like Rock's just going to go for an expand here. No big deal. Send the Zealot across the map. This drone is here to delay it a little bit. Buy time for that pool to finish. Drone is squishy. Definitely very squishy here. But can take a couple hits from a Zealot before it dies. Again, just buying little bits of time. So the Zealot will arrive at about the same time that these Lings pop out. You might want to get some hits off on the hatchery, but also maybe not. Maybe just going to go ahead, try to come in here with the probe, try to kill some stuff as 4 sets of Lings come in reaction here. Oh, and JAEDONG's taking a fast third too. Oh, 3 hatch before gas on JAEDONG. Loving that from him. My goodness. So yeah, now the Zealot's going to be annoying and slippery and really hard for these Lings to surround because Zealots are just hard for Lings to surround, but he's kind of getting himself back into a corner here. Still not surrounded. Like, okay, there we go. I think that would have been a surround, but then he died anyway. Anywho, cannon coming up. Forge is here. Overlord starts the move out there to get away from the cannon so it doesn't die to the cannon, which is an embarrassing thing for an Overlord to do. Because Overlords are dead slow, but at least they can move, and cannons can't. So there's really no reason to ever die to a cannon if you're an Overlord, unless you're dropping on a base, and you kind of have to get into those cannons for the drop to happen anyway. So, Zealots, yeah, holding this ramp. Looking pretty good doing it. There is this alternate... Hang on a second. Do you have to, like, destroy stuff to get over here? No, you can just come up this ramp, come over here, and you've got access. Like, does JAEDONG not know that about this map? I mean, I guess this is hard. Oh, but this is hard-walled too. Okay, so yeah, Rock knows what he's doing. Look at me. I'm like, no, man, you can totally just sneak on in here and come through this area and kill him. And Rock's like, dude, shut up, dude. Come on. I got this hard walled. I got Zealots there. Ling pressure is not going to do anything to me at all. The cannon is covering both of these angles. Very nicely done. So then JAEDONG getting a third base. Does have probably more Lings than he needs here, slowing him down economically a tiny bit, but that's okay. And it's a Hydra Den. We are going early Hydra Den here. Maybe a 3-base Hydra bust. 2.5 base Hydra bust where you're saturating, 2 of your bases and maybe half saturating your third base. And that's really good against Corsair openings, man, because Corsairs can't do anything to Hydralisks. Man, is this going to be a sneaky twofer? Is this going to be JAEDONG showing up with like 16 Hydras and just going, everybody die, where's your storm? And the answer is, I don't know. I was making Corsairs, I was giving him +1 attack. He's not working on, oh yeah, just fired up +1 attack. Okay, yeah, so he's going to be making a lot of Corsairs here. A Hydra opening is the perfect answer to this. It's so good. Macro hatch at the 3rd. Yeah. Hydra's being produced. Hydra speed coming in. That is Hydra bust upgrade. Hydra range upgrade first means you want to defend with Hydras. Hydra bust or Hydra speed upgrade first means you want to get on in there and get on into the natural base of the Protoss and kill him. So, alright, Citadel of Dune is on the way, which means we are creeping ever closer to getting Storm, and the faster Rock can get Storm out here, the better it is for him. Alright, man, Hydra Ling ready to go. It's 36 to 21 workers in favor of Rock, but this army value is massive. Zealots falling back a little bit. They don't want to take hits just for standing at the top of this ramp. Overlord providing that high ground advantage. Speed done for the Hydras. Range coming in immediately. Zealot legs coming in because Zealot legs are going to be really good here against the Lings and Hydras. And here comes the bus. Ooh, getting rid of that +1 attack for the ground would be so good, and it's pretty much a guarantee. That's just bad pathing on that Hydra. Oh, there you go. Got an angle where he can attack the Forge without taking shots from the cannon. There it is, even without the range upgrade. So maybe cannon placement wasn't as good as Rock felt it was. That sucks. So +1 attack gets denied. This gateway probably going to die because speed is not even halfway done yet. Also, we're not getting a Templar Archives yet. Why would you not be getting Storm here? He's really just relying on speed lots and cannons to do this. Yeah, man, I think that gate's gonna die too. What a terrible position for the Rock to be in here. Should we call him the Rock or is he Rock? I think he's, I mean, if he wants to be pattern himself after Dwayne The Rock Johnson, he's the Rock, right? Right. Metabolic boost coming in on the follow-up here. Lings don't have speed because other upgrades have taken priority. But JAEDONG's like, you know what? Good enough. Killed the Forge, denied an upgrade, killed a gateway. The ability to produce ground units is a little bit limited now, although 2 still exist and 2 more are on the way. Yeah, Corsair out hunting and does have an Overlord kill, which is good, I suppose. Lair coming in here next, and I don't know if we're going to see a Spire today. I mean, maybe we will, just to try to combat the fact that we're seeing Corsairs. Oh, but he canceled the +1 attack because he was like, this is a Hydra opening. Let's not get +1 attack for air because it's not going to be as useful against all of these Hydralisks. So good reaction. Nicely thought out there by Rock here, by the Rock. Man, I am just split on what to call this dude, huh? I'm going to call him the Rock. He likes Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Calling him the Rock makes a lot of sense to me. Okay, more gateways coming in. More gateways coming in. Yo, just warping in by the millions here. Got Templar Archives. Storm is about 40% complete. Hydra's getting attack upgrades, getting a lurker upgrade here too. Another macro hatch. This might be an attempt of JAEDONG to kill the Protoss with solely Hydras and lurkers, which, as I've said, not my favorite strategy. It can be done, but it has to be done pretty early, about first 12 or 13 minutes. After that, it gets really hard. Overlord movement coming in. Anything crazy from the Protoss? Not really, man. The question is, when is he going to get Reaver Tech? When's he going to be able to take his 3rd base? Because, yeah, it's not bad, honestly. You just kind of change from walling off here to walling off here. Oh, and you have to worry about that ramp too, though, huh? Yeah, remember what I said? Walling's going to be a concern in this game. You're on Revolver. It certainly is. Nobody likes walling on this map. So we're just like, walling? What's that? We don't care. Although he is kind of hard walling here at the front a little bit. Soft walling, at least the Hydras. 4th base coming in from JAEDONG. And yeah, you have to. You have to come over here, cover this area. If you're going to get a 3rd, this is pretty much your option. And again, even if you expand here, you got 2 ramps you have to worry about. Attack pathing. So these Hydras are all dead. Yo! Alright. Another Overlord gonna die. Okay, the Rock just had really two nice engagements there. Killed an Overlord, killed a bunch of Hydras for free. Pretty much didn't lose anything at all. Man, these Zealots wish they had +1 attack. Is it not even coming in? Oh, it just finished, like, as I was worrying about it. So 1-1's done for these Zealots. High Templar sniped. Very nicely done there by JAEDONG. This 4th base coming up is a big deal, but there is no saving it, man. There are no Lurkers here. There are no Hydras here. There are no Zerglings here. This is an attempt to naked expand up here, and it will be punished. Oh, we're actually going for the 3rd. All right, the Rock's going for the Jugular. There are Lurkers here. And a bunch of Hydras. Did he stop hold position those Lurkers? I think he did. I think he was like, come on in, the water's great, and then unleashed the Lurkers upon them, and the Zealots were like, we didn't bring any detection with us. Well, that's not good at all. Consider an Amulet coming in. We're moving into Dragoons now that he knows that Lurkers are a big part of a nutritious breakfast here for JAEDONG. So good reactions from the Rock all across the board. Oh, Observatory coming in. Really love to see a 3rd base from this guy. I would much enjoy seeing a 3rd base on this dude. Killing these eggs with cannons with extreme prejudice. Zealots flanking on the right side, getting on top of these Hydras. The Lurkers are doing what they can, which is a lot right now because there are no Dragoons and no detection in this current composition. So JAEDONG is down 45 to 51 workers, but he has about a 20 army advantage right now. Hydra's really great. Lurker's really great. There's really no it's just Zealots, no High Templar in this group at all. High Templar's wandering in from the right side as fast as they can, but they are slow. They are slow boys, and just denying this 3rd base for the Rock is such a huge deal. JAEDONG held on to his 3rd base. He held on to his 4th base. He's looking good. That Lurker burrows in. Gets a couple spines off before getting target fired and murdered there. Little Storm action, little Dragoon action. And the Rock should be able to hold this position with the introduction of Observers. More Hydras keep pouring down, though. This is JAEDONG trying to make sure that this 3rd base doesn't exist. If it doesn't exist, that's a win for JAEDONG, man. He's already on 3 bases. That would be good enough, but he's got a 4th base he's rolling with now, too. Is he ever going for a Hive? Or does he feel like, you know, if I just keep pressing the Hydra Lurker button, I think I can win this game. This 3rd base is just now coming up from the Rock, like just started at 12 minutes. There's no way he's been able to afford a bunch of Dragoons and High Templar, and he's going into Reaver tech. So if we can storm dodge really well, and we can have good concaves here. He's working on a +2 Hydra attack, Hydra Lurker attack. Coming up this ramp is going to be a challenge, absolutely. He knows there's DTs back here, but that's what the Overlord is for scouting purposes and for detection purposes too. But yeah, this 4th base coming in, he's getting his 4th gas. Still no sign of him going for a Hive at all. When a Queen's Nest pops up here from JAEDONG, I'm going to rejoice. I will be really happy. Ooh, free DT is free, though. Yeah, oh, coming down from this way and coming from this way. Yeah, JAEDONG has some plans about coming in from multiple attack angles at this 3rd base, and I like it. Multiple attack angles, surrounds, drops, all these things are hard to deal with. Hard to make happen, right? In a game where you're worrying about 100 things at the same time, but if you can pull it off, it will be strong against your opponent every time, no matter what level of StarCraft you're at. This level, or your level, or my level, which is also garbage. So Probe's transferring over to the 3rd base. I don't know if JAEDONG is just containing here. He's like, you know, going up that ramp seems like a pretty bad idea. Can't make some good value trades here at all. So we'll just make him come down the ramp into Lurker Hydra Central. There you go. And then when he does that, I'll come up the ramp and get that surround. Snipe the High Templar. Snipe. He's running. He's running from the High Templar. He knows. But it's a retreat back here from the Rock, too. So the Rock couldn't move out, and that's a win. I really think at this point, JAEDONG is like, let's contain. Let's give the Protoss 3 bases. We'll get 4. Probably throw up a 5th here soon enough. Just get maxed out on Lurker Hydra. Get further upgrades for my guys. That +2 is done. A Carapace upgrade on the follow. And then just make sure that the Rock can never get a 4th base. That would be a good strategy here. Maybe Did he burrow inside an active storm? Yeah, that was tough. Sometimes it's hard not to do that, though, and the Rock is winning this battle on the south side. And then the Hydras jump in, try to snipe the High Templar, but big storms, man. Big storms. And the Rock is doing it. He's got his +2/+2. He's got his Zealots. Oh, hang on. Reinforcements. So this 4-basing Zerg is something to behold. Trying to focus down the Lurks. Lurkers burrowing in. Make it harder for the Rock's reinforcements to come back from the south side. Is there enough coming in? Cannons are getting focused down. Those are kind of a big deal right now, but not everything. And every cannon dies, but every Lurker in the base dies, and every Hydra gets murked there too. So it's 130 to 112 supply. It's 63 to 45 workers, though, in favor of JAEDONG, which is problematic. 1, 2, 3, 4 obs just got sniped in a row. Whoa, JAEDONG. Sniping 4 obs. What an absolutely disgusting display there of Zerg. Okay, the Storm is a disgusting display of Protoss, though. Good grief. These High Templar, man, putting in work. I mean, okay, he has 1 kill. 15 kill High Templar, though, is nothing to shake a stick at, though. I don't know when the last time a Hydralisk got 15 kills of any kind. Well, Zerg spellcasters and units are not really intended to do that. Maybe an Ultralisk has gotten 15 kills a few times on the channel. I can definitely see that happening, but otherwise, no. Anyway, good. It's just, man, it's Storms, it's Zealots, it's Dragoons against these Lurkers because there's no Dark Swarm to protect them. There's no reason to cut back on Dragoon production like you would in a normal game where the Zerg player has Defilers out at 16 minutes, right? Right. Hydra's trying to sneak back in and deny this attempt to get a 5th base. Loving it while dealing with this push-up here from the Rock. Man, it takes a lot of hits from Hydra to kill a probe. Good heavens. Okay, the worker count here is just allowing 13 Hydra to be produced at the same time, but it's like 7 or 8 Zealots coming in here too as he transitions into more Zealots to deal with the Hydras as the lurker count has been almost eliminated, I would say. So the next round of Zealots that come in, yeah, they're going to be a big deal. Might actually save some of these Dragoons. Good Storms. Sniping the obs here. Is that as important? I don't know. Well, every Dragoon does die because the Zealots... What the heck, guys? They could have maybe saved him by heading up north there, but decides not to go for it. Still has not gotten a 4th base. Still no 5th base here from JAEDONG. He doesn't quite have the cash for it. He's been having to spend on Hydras and Lurkers so much during that attack. But now he's got enough money, and he could probably get away with doing it too. I still think, though, he desperately needs a Queen's Nest. Dealing with these Zealots, when they get up to 3-3, without being able to plague them is such a huge deal. It is so hard for Zerg players to handle Zealots under any capacity if they haven't been plagued once they get up to that upgrade state. So I don't know, man. JAEDONG's at 18 minutes. What do I always say? I always say this Hydra Lurker stuff has an expiration date. It has a timer on it. If you haven't defeated the Protoss by the 13-minute mark, you're dead. That said, JAEDONG's playing pretty well here. Maybe the Rock isn't quite at his level. So maybe JAEDONG can pull this off. I'd be insanely impressed with that if that's what we get here. But, you know, who says that's what we get? At any minute, we could get, well, a 4th base is up, a Queen's Nest. Drops would be good, but I don't think we've seen drop tech get researched by the Zerg. The Rock has drop tech just because he has a robo. So that's always an option here. But man, I just keep looking at that production tab. It is 2-2 upgrades for the Hydras and Lurkers. It is Hydras. It is Lurkers. It is extra macro hatches. That's all we're doing here. And a 4th base comes up from the Rock at 19 minutes, which is later than you'd want it to be. But the pressure here from JAEDONG has been serious business today. And the Rock staying alive against it at all has shown what a solid player he is. And he's got to have that confidence, right? He's got a head-to-head record in Best of 5's Premier Series. 3-2 against JAEDONG. Then, like, come on. He's got to feel like he can win this game from a position that maybe a lot of other Protoss players would be worried about. I like it. I like it a lot. So still 2-1 upgrades here. That Carapace upgrade takes forever to come in. 3-3's done for the Zealots, and a shield upgrade is coming in from the Rock. So he's like, if I upgrade my Zealots as much as possible, we can pretty much just go Zealot, Dragoon, High Templar and win this thing. Big engage coming into this third base by JAEDONG. Storm the ramp, boys. Dragoons, pick off those lurkers. Excellent job. There's no Dark Swarm to protect them at all here. And then a big attack swinging into the attempt on the fourth base. Again, I think JAEDONG's entire goal here is to not allow a fourth base, and it is failing miserably for him. It's not working out. He's down 134 to 108 supply. He might be throwing good after bad right now. These units maybe could have done so much more. They're just not getting any damage done at all before they die. I know that's kind of the Zerg's lot in life, is getting in there and maybe killing a unit in ZVP before you die. That's considered cost efficient in a lot of ways. Or, you know, as cost efficient as you need it to be as a Zerg player with, well, 6 bases coming in now. 6 bases against 4 bases, right? Dude, JAEDONG, seriously, man. I cannot believe we're at 21 minutes, and this is a lair. This is a lair we're staring at. Obs is like, oh, that's a 6th base. That's not good for us. No, it is not. So he says, maybe if I can take the whole southern section of the map here. Kind of leave the fighting to the right side and the left side, 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock bases. But if you can take this and this, I like it. Also, you know, might as well move out. I support this play. I support it quite a bit. So Zealots making a dive bomb in here. Good choke. Okay, but once the lurkers are dead, I don't know. I don't think the Rock wants to go through that choke either. So they're just going to kind of stare at each other. Both on the high ground. Both don't want to go through this little area at all. But there are no Sunkens either. Man, JAEDONG loves not having Sunkens at his expansions. And sometimes he can very much get away with it, right? We've seen him win games where he doesn't build Sunkens. He just has lurkers at his bases for defense. Might get a bit of a base trade here. As this 4th base, both players' 4th bases are actually under attack by a lot. And it looks like they're both going to die. Yeah, +2 Hydras against the Nexus. Nope, so that Nexus is dead. That hatchery is also dead. But hang on, we're not done yet, says the Rock. Can we push in and take down this 6th base? Oh, look who needs Sunkens now. JAEDONG decided Sunkens are cool. Let's get some of those. I like it. I like it a lot. There you go. Just the threat of the Sunken is forcing the Rock back. Oh, man. He's got enough money to rebuild the 4th. All this army did fall back. These guys might be a little stuck here. You know, using a recall to evacuate army that's kind of stuck on the other side of the map is a underrated, underutilized thing that we see sometimes. Oh, these lurkers just wander into this base that's not even a 4th base yet again, kill a probe, and die. That, again, not cost efficient, not even close. And a handful of Hydras run in here. They're like move commanding in. Oh, okay. Got a High Templar. Oh, they're getting another High Templar. They're getting another High Templar. He wants it so bad. No! Does not get the other High Templar. 65 shields on that dude, enough to keep him alive for now. Whew. So, 4th base dead for both players. Both are rebuilding it, which is kind of just puts us at a status quo, right? Nothing really has changed. We're on the base count that we were on percentage-wise before those bases went down. Okay, but JAEDONG, the stubbornness on display here from JAEDONG is absolutely astounding. Also, the fact that the Rock is not going into Reaver play is concerning me, too. I just don't know why you wouldn't get Reavers in this situation. You can afford them. I mean, not if you keep making High Templar and Zealots and stuff, but just set aside a little bit of money and make some Reavers. Put them on the top of these ramps. Put them behind cannons. It is so hard for Zerg going Hydra Ling Lurker to deal with like 4 or 5 Reavers. Like, breaking that is almost impossible without Dark Swarm, without Plague, without Adrenal. Like, Adrenal Ling's surprisingly good in that situation, and all that is locked behind your Hive Tech. Sir. I don't think anyone's been close to maxed out today. It's 130 to 122 supply in favor of JAEDONG. Can't feel too happy about that. Alright, so JAEDONG's got his 6 bases. His 4th base is almost back. trying to... look, the good thing here about the Zerg composition is that it's pretty fast, pretty maneuverable. Right? You can be fighting in multiple places at once. You can reinforce units in different locations, multiple places at the same time. You can get from point A to point B zippily. Zippily, zippily. This Archon is dead, but 14 kills. Maybe some of those kills came from when he was 2 High Templar, but you know. Don't you know? I don't know, dude. I don't know what to tell you about this game other than JAEDONG, if he wins this thing without Hive Tech, the longer the game goes on, the more impressed I am by this, because this really shouldn't be easy or honestly viable. But nice concave. God, he's got so much. So many lurkers and hydras and... yeah, everybody fall back. Abandon this base. We need it, though. He's just gonna let it die. Okay. Well, canceled it, at least. Still on 4 bases at 25 minutes against a 6-basing Zerg with 51 drones. Not good. If there's any game where Lurker Hydra working up to the 30-minute mark is going to work, this would be it. This is how you would do it, is prevent the Protoss from getting onto 4 bases. Well, 5 bases at all. Just stay up 2 bases on the enemy. How about that? Stay up 2 bases forever. Hope that Reaver Tech never happens. Come on, The Rock. We need Reavers so bad here. I believe in you. I like how you're playing. I like your upgrades. You got the 3-1-3. Maybe you can't really afford a 2-shield upgrade because that's expensive, man. Like 300, something crazy like that. I mean, 3 hiders are free. 2 lurkers can be dealt with, but once again, the speed. As JAEDONG jumps onto the 3rd base, kills every cannon here, wants this hatch so bad. Really does. But no, gonna come over and deal with the army instead. Go for more guaranteed damage of killing things like Dragoons and Zealots and stuff than the non-guaranteed damage. Oh, never mind. The Nexus went down anyway thanks to the Lurker Spines. And a little bit of Hydra support there. Oh, the Ops gets sniped, and now the Rock has to fall back. Oh, the pain. The pain for the Rock right now. He's down 54 to 30 workers. He can't take a 5th base. His 3rd base is gone. I mean, look. It's dead anyway. 200 gas. Like 40 total minerals left here at this base. Not providing any future value to him as far as income goes. So whatever. But you need this base so bad. JAEDONG is trying to shut the door here. He's trying to slam the door on the Rock's chances to win this game. He's holding. Okay. Lurker down. 3 lurkers are free. Great storms. Just great storms. That's it. The Rock has chosen the path out of here to be great storms with Dragoons and Zealots of amazing upgrades. And you know, can't disagree with it. Everything here is 2-2. This is 2-2 Hydra, 2-2 Lurker. He's not even adding Lings into the comp here because he knows without Adrenal they're going to suck against these 3-1-3 Zealots. So why bother making Zerglings at all? And he really needs to swing up here, take this base at some point. I don't know what the point is of kind of wandering out in the middle of the map like this. If you're going to win engagements, take another base. If you can kill a base of JAEDONG's, do it. If you can defend your own base that comes up, do that. But just kind of fighting in the middle of the map here for absolutely no reason is just not good. Oh, that drone. I don't think that drone got spotted. That drone was like, I was going to expand, and then the Protoss came over here, and I ran away and hid, and the hide was successful. 113 to 105 supply here at 28 minutes is bananas. It is so low econ. Well, 54 drones is not exactly low econ, but Zerg, you know, on 6 bases probably wants closer to 65 workers than 50. Once again, trading out. The Rock is making excellent trades, but it's not going to matter as much. Once this thing starts mining out, he's a 1-basing Protoss right now. 1 base. I mean, 1, 2, 3 for JAEDONG. 3 to 1 on the base count. You're just killing Hydras eternally and endlessly. Good snipe on that High Templar. I mean, 3 Hydras for a High Templar is the kind of trade that JAEDONG can make right now. Because he's on 3 mining bases, soon to be 4 mining bases, against a 1-base mining the Rock. He needs to expand over here so bad. And there you go. 400 minerals. The army's pulling into this spot. Nexus, warp in. Get out of the way, guys. Nexus needs to warp in. The Wexus needs to norp in. Okay, but no! And then he just makes more Zealots and High Templar. I mean, I don't know. Is this base it? Is this base the game? It might be the game, friends. It's good. Like, Rock is doing good in all of these engagements. Hydras are dying for very little value. But it doesn't matter because he has so many bases and so many workers, and this base just never shows up. Never shows up to the party. Never brings pizza for everyone. Just hanging out outside. Finally, warping it in. Getting a 5th base at 30 minutes, man. I mean, he tried earlier, in fairness, but he had to cancel it for obvious reasons. JAEDONG's fine with this. JAEDONG says, okay, so wonderful. This actually took some hits somehow. I don't know if some Zealots wandered up there. That seems like something that would happen. Look who's getting +1 melee attack. Is that +1 melee attack? Are there any Lings on the map at all? I'd love to check and see what upgrades the Lings have, but I'm assuming... Oh my gosh, it's a Queen's Nest. JAEDONG says, enough with these shenanigans. 30 minutes to be on Hydra Lurker is too long. Let's get a Queen's Nest. Let's get a Hive out. Let's throw down some plagues over the 87 Zealots that are on the map right now. It is seriously Zo Zealot heavy because that's what you need to do. What is this? What is this? I don't even know what that was. I guess trying to see if an army is staging here. I mean, they're staging here, though, which is just about as far away. I don't know. Just patrolling back and forth, trying to cover everything with his army. Taking a base down in this bottom left corner, which I talked about 10 minutes ago would be a good choice, man. Good thing to do. Patrol again, I dare you. Is he doing it? He's not quite. Oh, no, he's doing it. Okay, this is weird. I don't think I've ever seen a Protoss player patrol like this before. Okay, now he's heading north. But look, there's high ground lurkers to deal with there. There's high ground lurkers over there. And there are going to be some Sunkens very soon, too. Is he just waiting? There's the hive. Whee, it's a hive. We did it. We did it, folks. We got a hive. Come on, the Rock. You can, once again, just makes 5 Dragoons instead of throwing up a Nexus. He's so cautious, man. Yeah, you waited too long. You could have taken that base down before there were already Sunkens there at all. You could have, easily. Okay, storming the lurkers on the high ground. Not a bad idea. Never a bad idea to storm lurkers on the high ground, or storm lurkers on the low ground, or storm lurkers on the same ground. Just storm lurks, man. Adrenal's coming in. That's the first upgrade he goes for. He doesn't get a Defiler Mound. He goes Adrenal first when his hive is done. What a weird... JAEDONG, you're doing weird stuff here, man. Is he adding some Lings? He is. All right, yep. So they're going to be +1 attack Lings with Adrenal. It's just like, that's all I need from Hive Tech is Adrenal Lings. I did list it as stuff that you need from Hive Tech to defeat a Protoss like this. So I'm not saying it's bad to get Adrenal here. I just feel like a Defiler Mound. Okay, there you go. Defiler Mound getting tossed down. A little Defiler Mound and some Plague would be what you need. Do it. Do it. You have the power. You just... Yeah, well, no, it's Sunkens and it's Hydras and it's Lurkers at the top of a ramp here, and breaking that is the worst thing in the entire world, and I don't want to do it, so I'm not going to do it. This is just a kill zone here, man. Lurkers on the right side high ground and high ground Lurkers hitting the same targets is brutal. Man, once again, he had enough money for a base and just made more Dragoons. JAEDONG's maxed out. He's going for transport for Overlords, the old Ventral Sacks. He's getting consumed. Like, JAEDONG is just very patiently. He says, I am very cool having 8 bases on this map and just waiting. Because 8 bases is way more than half of the map. And that's it. That's all we gotta do. Gotta make you attack into high ground lurkers or high ground lurker sunken. You can have this base if you want. I'm not even sure if JAEDONG's gonna try to do anything other than sit here and wait for the rock to come try to kill him, because the defender's advantage in this situation is so strong. Adrenalings trying to snipe down some of these High Templar. They get maybe one of them, maybe two of them went down there, but 3 survived, and that's probably good enough for the rock here. Yeah, Lings jumping on in, but when there's an Archon at the front, maybe don't. Maybe don't. That Dragoon takes a terrible path, runs into Lurker Town, USA, immediately gets destroyed. And trying maybe to take this center high ground. I like that from the rock. If you can do that, especially before Plague comes out, I'm feeling okay about this. I mean, the production tab here is 18 Lings and 8 Hiders at a time from JAEDONG, so it's a lot. Yeah, I'm going to tack this down to no Reaver play from the rock at all, which is weird, because I've definitely cast games with him where he's had Reavers before. And I don't know what he was allergic to today. Like, what part of him said, no, Reavers are not on the menu. He's got to fall back. I think, man, just so much stuff is going in here. Yeah, this is just swarmity, swarm, 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 swarm. Swarmity, swarm. High Templar dies, kills some Lings posthumously, which is dead impressive, but not enough to win this game. Yeah, the rock has all the tools now. He's got Consume, he's got Plague. He's working on Metasynaptic Node, he's working on Overlord Sight Range, because what else is he going to do in this game? You know what I mean? Yeah, just wandering up and plaguing this thing right here would be insane. Look how clumped up they all are. There it is! Oh, then another great plague on those Zealots. That might just feel GG to me. I know he's working on 2 bases down in that left side, and it's great. It really is. But your stuff's getting plagues now. And there's Dark Swarm. Yeah, you were given about 35 minutes to defeat a Zerg player without Dark Swarm or Plague or Adrenalings, and he couldn't pull it off. And I'm going to blame it on Reavers. Oh, the High Templar snipe here. So good. So good from the Dong. This is why they call him the Tyrant, folks. This is the kind of game where you watch and you're like, ah, yes, okay. JAEDONG is pretty much unkillable sometimes. Guess these Zealots are worried about a drop coming down to kill this base, but yes, JAEDONG has the capabilities to drop you. But I don't know that he really wants to. He doesn't need to. He doesn't need to kill any of your bases at this point. If the rock pulls this off somehow, I'm going to be flabbergasted. He's down 40 supply. Everywhere he can attack is a nightmare of Lurker, Hydra, Plague, sitting in an arc. Just horrifying stuff here, guys. My Templar is getting sniped out. Golly, murdering a million Hydras to do it. Hey, look, it's a drop! JAEDONG decides, yeah, all right, I'll drop. I'm not going to drop your newest base, but I will drop your main. Dude, Cracklings dropping your... Ugh. Yeah, 2 attack. Close enough to fully upgraded Cracklings, man. And then he Dark Swarm Lurkers the ramp, so it's hard to come up. Oh, yeah. Gateway's dying all over the place. The Cyber Core going to go down. If the Templar Archive dies, that would be a big freaking deal here, too. They're going after it. Yeah, he knows. He knows what he wants. Easy. Dude, Templar Archives and the Cyber Core are down. Oh, look who's going for a robotic support bay. Hey, the Rock decided, you know what I do need? It's a little Reaver tech. at the 39-minute mark. It's way too late for that. This base dying doesn't even matter. There are still lings in here. Okay, they're gone now. But dude, that was ridiculous. This base dies. It's 100 gas, 60 minerals on this thing. But this... See you later, alligator. Yeah, faster shuttle movement, gravitic drive, and shuttle tech coming in. It's just way too late, man. It is infinitely too late for you to do this. And his first Reaver about 50% complete, while this bottom left is extremely threatened and will probably die here sooner rather than later. Yeah, man. Adrenaling's fighting inside the Dark Storm against Zealots. It's going to be a lot of dead Zerg in the final score here today, but the income difference is going to be absolutely through the roof here. Yeah, the sound of Zealots dying. They've been plagued. They are weakened beyond the point that they would ever want to be weakened. And that's it, man. We're done. We're done. Probes dying all over the place here. Worker count 75 to 29. This base is dead. This base is dead. I don't know where these Zealots went that were hanging out there for a minute. They're gone now. I guess they probably ran down to help deal with this thing, and then they all got absolutely murderized. But this has just been JAEDONG taking positions that Rock cannot break. I think that's the lesson here today. This position couldn't break it. These positions couldn't break them. These positions couldn't break them. Right, for a long time. This wasn't breakable, then this wasn't breakable, and when JAEDONG allowed it to be broken, then it was. But otherwise, we done. Alright, yeah, this is just every Protoss's nightmare, man. There's nowhere to retreat, nowhere to go. GG! The Rock taps out, and JAEDONG is our winner in 42 minutes and 34 seconds. That was crazy. So look, JAEDONG survived on Hydro Lurker for like 30 minutes, 35 minutes. He probably could have won the game without Plague and without Adrenal and without Dark Swarm. But at the end of the day, he got in there. He went double Defiler Mound, which is hilarious. He got Adrenal, he got Plague, he got Dark Swarm, and then that was the end of it. It would have been the end of it too. But seriously, the fact that the Rock started making Reavers after his main base got dropped, his Cyber Core got sniped, his gateways got killed, and his Templar Archives got murdered too. Like, that was the impetus for him to go into Reavers. What a weird way to play, man. All right. Well, I mean, I think we covered pretty much everything that happened in this game. Nothing I really want to go back and look at. We had, a bit of downtime to figure out what was happening. 405 to 428,000 points here. It is a, 1,000 to 400 units produced advantage for JAEDONG. He lost 843 Zergy units and only killed 400. But you know what? It's okay when you can do this. You can outspend by golly, that is such a big outspend. That is 24,000 plus 11, like 35,000 resource outspend in 42 minutes. Heck yes, that's enough. That's enough. Man. All right, so JAEDONG says, I remember that time you beat me back in the 2007 OGN Star Challenge Tournament. 3-1. That was embarrassing. I'm going to kill you today and remind you who the better player is overall. And that's it. All right, that's going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw, what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. You take care of yourself.